Hi everyone, my name is Faith Smith and today I'm going to be telling you about an AI application called LegalRobot. LegalRobot is an AI application for legal documents, mostly for contracts. So contract review is a common task, but one that is very complicated and can take years of training to do well. And it's really hard to understand. So what LegalRobot does is it provides instant error checking, the ability to compare against thousands of documents in its model, and fairness and risk analysis. LegalRobot works by employing vast amounts of natural language processing. So it has thousands of legal documents in its model in order to build the legal language model. And using this model, it will flag issues and suggest improvements. So these improvements are derived from best practices, risk factors, and jurisdictional differences. And they also monitor public documents like privacy policies and terms of service in order to establish standards. Since legal language is not exactly natural human language, LegalRobot will score contracts based on language complexity, legal phrasing, and enforceability. So based on these scores, LegalRobot is going to suggest changes to improve the readability, consistency, and compliance to standards and best practices. This will allow users to mitigate any risk and ambiguity left open in their contracts. One of the more useful features of LegalRobot is that it will flag documents with risky language that should be renegotiated, which is also part of the legal language model. The major benefit of using LegalRobot is that the output is much more interesting and readable than normal legal language. It'll allow average consumers as well as legal professionals to quickly understand a contract. The primary function of LegalRobot is to deal with uncertainty, and these three major areas are inconsistent terminology, ambiguous language, and language errors. The way that LegalRobot deals with this uncertainty is that the legal language is converted to numeric expressions. In addition to allowing the statistical and machine learning models to run, this also allows us to derive meaning from language using a scoring mechanism. So LegalRobot employs two families of machine learning techniques in order to be successful, and the first is supervised learning. The types of supervised learning it uses are deep learning and neural networks in order to draw connections and derive meaning from its legal language model. Knowing legal language isn't enough if you don't know what the language will cause. You need to know if a phrase is going to cause a negative effect for your client or not. It can also compare against the legal language model, to determine if your agreement is custom or if it is standard boilerplate, in addition to a few other useful pieces of information. The other family of machine learning techniques employed by LegalRobot is reinforcement learning. So LegalRobot obviously relies heavily on model-based learning because the whole way it works is from its legal language model that it's developed from thousands of sample contracts. So there are lots of algorithms going on in the background of LegalRobot to assign value functions in various areas to determine risky or ambiguous language, and that's how LegalRobot works. So I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about LegalRobot and that maybe this is an application you could use in the future.